Hello and welcome back to Has a 90. Wow, we've had a bit of a roller coaster of a few days, but where else do we start? Alexis Sanchez, Jamil's here. How you doing, mate? No other club in world football knows how to announce a player like Manchester United did. I mean, wow, fantastic. Got an insane amount of Twitter activity, which you'd expect because we have the biggest fan base in world football. It's also nice that it was revealed today that United are the richest club in the world, but we all know that. How you doing, Matthew? How you doing, Dedrick? Snaps. And that video was emotional, not going to lie. It was fucking emotional, but it was brilliant. A great unveiling of a player, and I've just thought it was brilliant. I love the way City tried to trump it with the fact that they were paying Kevin De Bruyne a ludicrous amount of money, but nobody gave a fuck, to be honest. How you doing, Rodney? And how you doing, the gang, as Rodney says. The gang is here. So we kind of get into the debate straight away, didn't we, of where Alexis Sanchez will play. Now, I'm aware that Mark did a video on this on the United Stand, but I didn't see it. I just saw the title. So I don't actually know his thoughts. So I may be repeating a lot of stuff that he's already said. But it's right wing for me all day long. All day long. And I say right wing quite lightly, to be honest, because that's where I think he'll play on paper. But in theory, I think that actually him and Jesse, I think there should be a three behind Lukaku, and I think it should go Martial, Lingard, and Sanchez. Now, I think Lingard is still in our best 11 at the minute. To be honest, I think he's performed really well, and he's earned that spot for me. Even when he has a bad game, the team can benefit off his movement. So Jesse Lingard gets in our best team for me at the minute, and for me, I'd have Jesse at 10, but I'd have him switching with Sanchez a lot. So Sanchez isn't just destined for that right wing role. He doesn't have to do the tracking back. He doesn't have to run with the fullback. I'd like to see him just stay up there, swap with Jesse Lingard, and give Lukaku the support that he needs. That's what I do with our team at the minute. I hope that's what Jose does with it. I don't know if anyone else has any other ideas, but I think we're all in agreement that he doesn't play at left wing. He does not displace the fucking man, Anthony Martial, at the minute, because his performances have been next level for me. Sanchez will probably take Tony's spot. I don't think he will. I really don't. I don't think he's going to play. You cannot. I mean, we've got two left wingers and no right winger. We can't have three now. Sanchez did play on the right wing for Chile. Ronak, got to have Martial and Sanchez in the same team. You're spot on. Why are we praying for Marcus? What's wrong with Marcus? Is fine. Why are we praying for him? There's nothing wrong with him. No, there's nothing wrong with him, maybe. So I don't worry about that. I've just got a WhatsApp. Don't know what that's about. Thanks, guys. Yeah, nothing wrong with Marcus. Don't have to worry about him. Does Jose rate Tony? Of course he does. He's bailed him out so many times this year. We should go back to Fergie formation, a roaming forward behind our striker with two wingers. Yes, we should, you're right. Martial, Sanchez, and the next big double act to smash the Premier League. Actually, I want to talk about that, actually. Heard Marcus was leaving for a while. I think that's ended now. I think he's staying. I don't want to talk for him. Yeah, I won't worry about that. That's what I wanted to talk about. But I've forgotten what I was going to talk about. I've just completely gone blank. You've absolutely thrown me off. What was I going to talk about? If you can't remind me, I'll have to move subject. But yeah, I just don't want him to be an orthodox right winger. I think he needs to roam. He absolutely needs to roam. That's what I was going to talk about. I've remembered now. This signing for me, right, is huge for Manchester United. It's not just the player. It's not just the fact that it's Alexis Sanchez. It's not even the fact that he's world class. It's the fact that we've nicked him from a rival. And I really do think signings like this, look, I'm never going to put Sanchez in the same bracket as Eric Cantona. Eric Cantona is a club legend, and I think the man was an absolute one-off, unique player. But I think the signing can have the same resurgence as what Cantona had, because this team absolutely lacks an Eric Cantona. Someone to just have that killer edge, because Pogba's fucking quality. He's not showing world class to me. Like the 2 passes that he missed for Lukaku, world class doesn't do that. And I think Sanchez, in and around that box, is going to lead by example. And players like Jesse Lingard are going to fucking really up their game around him, I can guarantee you. And hopefully we see plenty more Millie rocking from that point of view. But this is the subject of the video. When will he make his debut? I'd like to get your thoughts on that, because firstly, my thoughts are that he should not play the Yeovil game. I think he should train with the team. I think he could even be on the bench. I wouldn't give him minutes. Maybe let him come on for the last 10 minutes, maybe, but he does not start that game. I really don't think he should, because I just think that in a game like that, you hung out to dry a little bit. It's a lose-lose situation for me. If he plays well against Yeovil, it'll just be, well, it was Yeovil, that's expected. If he doesn't play well, then fuck me. We've all seen the media over the past few weeks. They are going to jump all over him. So I don't want him to play against Yeovil. Ronak, not in the FA Cup. I want him to have his debut at Wembley against Spurs. You're spot on. You're spot on. And I think he could tear them up. I mean, it is Spurs at the end of the day. They do hate him. And I think it's the perfect debut for him. I want him to play, to be honest. He'll probably score and gain confidence. I don't think he needs to gain confidence, though, Man United, Max. I appreciate the comment and your view, but he don't need confidence. He is the absolute tits already. Billy Evans is here. How you doing? Billy, mate. I'm only actually online because the Fortnite servers are down, and that's just a fucking joke. PlayStation servers are down as well, so I thought I'd catch up with you guys. Theon says it's lagging hard for you. Nothing I can do about that. How you doing, Zach? My man. But I want him to play against Tottenham. I really do. Tottenham hate him. He hates Tottenham. Unleash Sanchez against him. Don't fucking have his debut against shite like Yeovil, because we're going to turn them over no matter what. And also, actually, on that, we're going to play a shit team against Yeovil. Like, why give someone their debut playing, you know, with the, like, we're probably going to play Fellaini in that game. You know, do you really want welcome to Man United, Sanchez? Here's your first game. You're playing next to this Afro fuck. Nah, like, let's just save him and let's just put him out against the real quality. It's more important he gets his debut against Spurs, though. You're right. You're absolutely spot on. I hope Angel Gomez plays. You haven't got a cat in hell's chance. That's not going to happen, unfortunately. But look, I've kind of said who's going to benefit from this deal. I think Lingard will benefit. I think it will boost his career at United. I think that's really important going into a World Cup year. I think Lingard's name's already on that plane to go to the World Cup. He's having a much better season. He's completely outplayed Dele Alli this year. So he's one of the first names on that bus. Getting a bus to Russia, that'll take a fucking while. He'll benefit. I think Lukaku's going to benefit a lot, because he's not only got an absolute clinical finisher next to him, he's got someone that can really play. And it would just assist Lukaku a lot, because he has been isolated a lot this year. And it will also help Pogba as well, because Pogba is so good at picking a man out. Sometimes he just looks starved of players that are moving and creating for him. So I think it's really going to help him out. I was surprised even when they had fans banter said he's slagging him off. But the one player that I think is going to miss out and is going to get really, really affected, Piers Morgan was digging Lingard out, saying that he's replacing him. He hasn't been brought in to replace Lingard whatsoever. His place in our team is safe. It's that little Spanish magician, Juan Mata, who I do fear for. We haven't signed him up on a new contract yet. I've just got this funny feeling he may leave for nothing, which I said on a previous stream. I think strange. I think he's never going to be a club legend for us, but he will go down in legend with us for being just a wonderful character. But I just really struggle to see where he's going to fit into this team in a minute. I thought he was really poor against Burnley. Look, he'll be a decent backup, but really, is he a decent backup? No, not really. We need quick wingers. We need quick forwards. I just don't think United have... Certain teams could have a Juan Mata in them, and I'd put Man City in that bracket, to be honest. They don't need pace in their team. United need pace and power. That's how we're going to beat teams this season. It's how we've always beaten teams in a way. We don't do tiki-taka. I don't ever want us to do that. I want power. I want raw. Banter, who would become United legend in the current team. De Gea, if he stays. Pogba, if he stays for the rest of his career. Most of our centre-backs could, as long as they won a Champions League. There's a lot. Martial easily could become a United legend if he stays. There's a lot of legend. Rashford. I mean, you could say most of them have the potential to become a legend if they stay out of career. Sanchez, it would be fucking hard. Fucking hard. But he could. Cantona did it in a relatively short space of time. I think if Sanchez, was the firepower that made us overturn City, you're looking at legendary status. We've got to win 3 leagues to be legends. I don't think you've got to win a certain amount of anything. I think you can earn it. Like, did Cantona win 3 leagues at United? Can't remember. He probably did, but Cantona done it in quite a short space of time, but it was just the immediate impact. It was the man. It was the aura. And that's, you can choose as Cantona won 4. Well, there you go. He did win a few then, but Cantona kicked the fan. I'd call Fellaini a legend if he drop kick a fan. Is that what he's got to do for you, Jamil? Is it? As a quality statement. But yeah, most of our players could become legends if they want. How you doing, Fion? See you later. Cantona, his style, he was. When I was at school, like everyone did at school was the old, used to get the old collar, turn it up. It's a shame that football kits don't have collars anymore. But that was Cantona's thing, wasn't it? Collar turned up. Such a simple thing, but it was so Cantona. But yeah, I do worry for Juan Mata. I think it's a shame for him. But I'll tell you what isn't a shame. It isn't a shame that Mkhitaryan's now playing for Arsenal. So pleased with that. I think that's the best, not the best, but one of for me, it's so lovely to get a world-class player in, and it's also really lovely for me to get a player that I really didn't want at United out. It's just brilliant. If you'd have said to me, right, forget Sanchez, and forget... This is how strongly I personally felt towards Mkhitaryan, and it's a personal opinion. If you'd have said to me in January, United are signing no one, you've got 2 options. Sell Fellaini for 20 million or sell Mkhitaryan for 20 million. I'd have fucking sold Mkhitaryan, because I actually think Fellaini's a lot more helpful to United's cause than Mkhitaryan is. I think Fellaini's a fucking handy player. I think it's right that we're offering him a new contract. I think it's wrong that we are begging him to stay to a point. I don't think we should ever do that, and I don't think we should ever pay him more than we feel like he's worth. Fellaini's got value in our team, though, because it's invaluable to bring on a player like that, especially in the dying minutes of a Champions League game. And we are now using Marouane Fellaini exactly as we should. He is becoming a fucking tool for us. As long as he's not starting games, brilliant. As long as he's not playing 90 minutes, brilliant. As long as he's coming off from the bench and contributing, and maybe when we do need to see a 1-0 win away at Burnley out, bring him on. It's brilliant. Burnley was so dangerous at the set piece. United have been so shit at defending set pieces. It was fantastic to fucking get Fellaini on the pitch and just shore that up. And actually, when he did come on, although yes, when they were playing the ball about the box and thinking, please don't give away a penalty, it was handy to just know that we should now, with Smalling, Jones and Fellaini in the box, we should not be conceding corners. And actually, they did have a chance, and Fellaini did put the man off, and he contributed, and that's all I want from him at the minute at United. Jose is the first manager that's come into United and is using Fellaini as he should, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What happened to Mad Marcus Channel? I haven't got a clue. Fellaini is a plan B, but awful on the ball and arguably our worst passer. He is a plan B, but he's a good plan B. Tube says, Forest fan. I don't support Nottingham Forest, mate. How can people discuss which is the better deal? Mkhitaryan is shit. Exactly, Kieran. Thank you. And Anthony, Ross, could Alexis add that fox in the box attribute that we've been missing, scoring some tap-ins? You spot on. Yeah, he could. He will add that. He will add that. He'll absolutely will add that. You know, what you see, you know, I ain't gonna we ain't gotta lie. What you see now is, because Alexis Sanchez signed, you see all these montages of his goals for Arsenal. And a lot of them are tap-ins and all that. Brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Oh, look, Forest fan in the chat. How you doing, Forest fan, mate? Can't find one negative in Sanchez signing for us. There literally isn't. It's a really good comment, Andrew. Mickey, stop mentioning him, it hurts me. I know Banter is a bit of a Mickey fan, but look, he's joined his boyhood dream club now, Arsenal. So, you know, I've never known a player to do that. I've never known a player to sign for his boyhood dream Dortmund, to leave to his boyhood dream United, then sign for his boyhood dream club Arsenal. I mean, fuck me, that guy must have been asleep a lot, because fuck, he had some dreams in his life. Mkhitaryan for his initiatives, singing the song United sang for him. Really? Mkhitaryan. That song was fucking good. That's the only thing that I will miss from Mickey, is that song. Because some United's, like, some songs in football, tell you what United fans are brilliant for, and they've done this at Old Trafford every time I've gone, every time we sign a new player. What's Chelsea's chant, right? Chelsea, Chelsea. The worst chant in football, right? Tottenham's, when the Spurs go marching in and then they just shout yids, yids. Like, it's all pretty shit. United's, you know, we've got Ali, Dele Ali. That's a fucking rip-off of a Dimitri Payet song, mate. You don't sing shit like that at United. We come up with songs, actual songs. Mkhitaryan is so fucking original, like, proper original. Even the Lukaku song about his fucking big black cock or whatever. It was a really good song. It was really good invention. Some people didn't like it. We've stopped singing it. I get it. But it was inventive nonetheless. It was different to we've got Ali, Dele Ali. I mean, fucking shit like that. So I'm looking forward to hearing what we come up with Sanchez. I've seen a few things flying around Twitter. Matthew says the Lukaku song needs to come back. The 24-inch python. Oh, I'm not going down that road. Choose Mickey may suit Gooner style. He may do. I tell you what Mickey will do. He will suit their style. And do you know why he will? Because Mkhitaryan's destiny in life is to play for a team that's finishing around about the 3rd, 4th mark, you know. The step up. Because Mkhitaryan last year was alright. United have stepped up this year and Mkhitaryan didn't come with us. And he's now stepped back down into what pretty much United were last year. And he'll play well for Arsenal, but he won't be good enough to step Arsenal up. Like, Sanchez will step United to another level. That's what we're hoping. Mkhitaryan ain't going to step Arsenal to this whole new level. He'll fit in well, he'll play some good games, he'll score some good goals, he'll get bags loads of assists, but he's not going to bring Arsenal to the next level. He'll just fit in, which is what we could all see. Oh, he'll fit in well there, or he'll do well at Arsenal. Yeah, he'll fit in really well, but he ain't going to step them up. No way. No way is he hell. I've just got to do an honourable mention to Liverpool for last night. I thought they were fantastic. Real tenacity in their play. I thought the way that they broke Swansea down and nearly scored so many times was brilliant. I thought Van Dijk was fucking excellent assist for the Swansea goal. Excellent. So yeah, well played Liverpool. saw it, the Robin Hood of the footballing world, Liverpool, because they take 3 points from the rich and then they give 3 points to the poor. So well done, Liverpool. You know, honourable mention there. Brilliant stuff. And I was actually thinking about Liverpool today, which is worrying. But I really worry for their club. I've got to just say this. I've got to just mention it because it's on my head. I worry for Liverpool Football Club because Jurgen Klopp is we all joke about it. He's a manager that needs to he needs to be the underdog, right? He has to be the underdog. He was the underdog at Dortmund. He was the underdog at Mainz or whatever. He wins fuck all. And when he goes in for favourites against someone like Swansea, they always fucking fail. And although that he's brought this brand of football that Liverpool have brought into, the club have brought into it, the fans have all brought into it, it's not going to win them the league. So what will eventually happen is he'll be there probably another 2-3 years. They will get the ump with him and then he will get the sack. And then what the next manager has to then do is not just redevelop Liverpool Football Club. He'll have to redevelop the whole brand of football. And you've seen with Manchester United, it takes a long time to do that. So I think Liverpool are really on a bit of a slippery slope and will struggle for the coming years. And they'll finish always around the 4th, 5th mark. They'll probably beat United a few times. They'll beat City a few times. But they won't ever win anything. And it will get them, the Liverpool fans, pissed off. Andrew Kay agrees. Exciting football, but hardly doubt any trophies. Yeah, exciting. Spot on. You know, exciting football doesn't win you a trophy at all. Quick word on Philip Neville. He's deleted his Twitter account today, which I thought was fair dues because he's been appointed the women's footballing coach, which a lot of people are trolling a bit. A lot of people are saying that they shouldn't have done it. As far as I'm concerned, I don't give a fuck whether he should have got the job or not. I think for him, it's a fantastic opportunity. I think that he should go on and win the World Cup with them. I think they're the best. I think we have one of the, or if not the best women's footballing teams, national teams out there. And one thing I will say about Phil Neville is I think he's a really good guy. And I actually really like him as a pundit because Phil Neville as a pundit is not trying to make headlines, right? Robbie Savage, all he wants to do is be trending on Twitter. And you get a lot of that with a lot of pundits these days. They want to be trending. They want to say the controversial thing. Look at Graham Souness with his Pogba agenda. He knows. Gary Neville's probably a better pundit. You're right, Kieran. Gary Neville's analysis of a football game is fucking brilliant. But I just like Phil Neville as a guy. I just think he's a real, genuine, down-to-earth guy. So I'm happy for him. I really am happy for him and hope he does well with the England national team. And if he wins something, then he's had a better managerial career than his brother. And Marcus is in the chat, so you were trending on my stream earlier, Marcus. It was rest in peace, Mad Marcus or something. What else have I got to say? I did write a list, but I'll put it on my worktop. It's now covered in grease. But I think I'm coming to the end of the list. Jesse Lingard, what have I written down here? Jesse having a good World Cup year. Already said that. I've already said that. Has anyone got any questions or anything that they want discussed? If not, I'll can it here on 25 minutes. But thoughts on the Australian Open 2018? I don't know what that is. Is it fucking tennis? I don't watch tennis. I watch snooker. Asian Gamer wants to know if we can beat Spurs. Of course we can, Asian mate. Positive. We've got fucking Sanchez. Of course we're going to beat them. Come on. Thoughts on Ed Woodward? Turned up, hasn't he? He's turned up again. Woodward has turned up. And I think said it in the last time I streamed, but give that man a round of applause. He's done what I think is one of the best deals for value United have done over the past few years. Rodney wants to know when I'm streaming next. Probably tomorrow. No, football tomorrow. Probably Friday. Oh no, Wednesday tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow. I may stream a game tomorrow, I don't know. But I will be streaming at some point. Sanchez or Dybala, who's better? Sanchez is a better footballer. Dybala is a better acquisition because fancy being honest now. I can't, unfortunately. I've got a busy day tomorrow, Marcus. When you play in Fortnite, it says banter. Mrs. is playing now, but the PlayStation Network servers are down, which is very annoying. So no parties, no squads, no duos. It's just fucking solos, which gets boring. Are you getting a new Alexis shirt? He hasn't got it yet. He hasn't got it yet, but it is going on there. It is going on there. I'm going to get it done Friday when I get paid. We'll have Hazard 90 and we'll have Alexis number 7, and then I've also got Pogba 6 here. So what I may do is shuffle them around so we could get Alexis, Pogba, Hazard, the best front three ever. The best front three ever in the history of fucking mankind. Ronak's getting this tomorrow, which is brilliant. Yeah, I haven't had a United number 7 shirt since, because I was going to get Di Maria, but I decided not to. I was going to get Memphis, but I decided not to bother. So my last number 7 was probably, you're going to laugh at this one, David Beckham. There you go. I didn't get Ronaldo. I was always a Rooney fan, so I went through about 8 years of just having Rooney on the back of every shirt I ever bought. Now, do you want to hear like something really, really embarrassing? Like really embarrassing. You ready for this? But I didn't do it. But I fucking nearly did. That summer, you'll have to correct me on it because I can't remember. But England were in the World Cup. It was the year that we got knocked out by Italy on penalties when Pirlo had a masterclass. What year was that? Knocked out by penalties. I think it may have been a Euros. But anyway, that year I was like massively into England. 2012 says George, thanks for that. I knew you'd pop up with that. I was massively into England that year. So I decided to go out and I really wanted an England top. And I wanted someone on the back. And do you know who I was? I was like, I'm getting Danny Welbeck on my England top because I think he's going to be like a future star for England. But last minute, I changed my mind and I put Rooney number 10 on the back. Yes, and it was a good decision. Rooney had a shocker of a tournament, but I'm pleased I just did it anyway. And didn't put that fucking mercenary prick Welbeck on my top. So that happened. But yeah, Danny Welbeck, I know. Apart from that, I've not really had many footballers. I think Pogba was one of the first ones that I got for a while. I get kits like Ross, black one on the right there. I don't get them with a player's name on the back. Fair dues, a lot of people don't, and I see why. I do get it. Sometimes it does feel a bit weird. Like, especially like, I don't want to, bring race into it, but I always got a few weird comments when I'd go to a United game and I'd Pogba on the back and everyone would be like, are you black? And I'd be like, well, I don't have to be black to have a black player's name on my back. But I kind of get it. Like, it's like, well, it is a bit weird because I want to get someone else's name. So I kind of get it, but I like it. I always like, and I don't have it to wear as much. I just like to, because what I do after the season ends, the shirts go away and I make like a United package. So I'll have like a bit of memorabilia that season, a few tickets that I had, a couple of like programs of games that I really liked, and a few shirts, and then I like package them away, and that's my like season memorabilia. So they all go away at the end because I've got hundreds of kits. Oh dear. We signed Alexis and RVP for a total of 24 mil. We gave them Welbeck and Mkhitaryan. Yeah, really good business. I know I'm allowed to, George, but I just get why I get a few comments. They're not like derogatory. It's just like, isn't that a bit weird? And I'm like, well, it's not that weird, but yeah, I kind of get it. But anyway, Marcus still wants me to fucking go on the lash with him. Mate, I'm going to bed in about 5 minutes. You can see in my eyes how tired I was. I had to rip a ceiling down today and put it back up again, which was not ideal. I'll break out the champagne. Guys, I'm doing dry January, man. I haven't had a drink since the 1st of... Well, that night, New Year's Eve. And it's been tough. It has been tough. During a week, it's a breeze. I don't really drink during the week. If I drink, it's normally because I've had a bottle of wine on the weekend and I've got some left over. But Saturdays is a killer. Saturday nights just like, what do? Get leathered. Like, have a beer, sit on the sofa, watch a film, just get quietly smashed. But yeah, I just been missing that. But it's counterproductive. Dry January. It's not good. People say, "Oh yeah, your liver heals in a month's time." Well, you want to see the amount of volume of alcohol I'm going to consume in February. It's not going to be productive for me at all. Because I'm going away to Norfolk in mid-Feb with Billy, who was in the comments, and I'm going to fucking get munted. Whose shirt would you get other than De Gea when all our best players are... Yeah, you're right, George, you're right. Matic, I did think about Matic. Yeah, did think about Matic. I broke dry January 10 minutes in. Well, I did that. I was obviously didn't stop at midnight, but I didn't include. It was first sleep after that night. You know what I mean? How you doing, Jared? Thanks for joining. Joan Shaw, yeah, Luke Shaw, man. I know. Look, we haven't really spoke much, but I was pleased that he was dropped, to be honest, because I thought it's good to give him a rest. Why do we always have to wait until our players are fucked to rest them? Because what happens is they get tired, their form drops, and then we call for them to be dropped. Or actually, I don't give a fuck what people on Twitter say. If they need a rest, give them a rest. They don't have to need a rest. If we've got two great left backs, play them on a game-by-game basis. And actually, you probably looked at Burnley and thought, that's a game for Ashley Young. Looking at it now, you know, in hindsight, it's a wonderful thing. That was actually a really good game for Luke Shaw to play in. I think he probably would have been better for us. But I get Jose's mindset was Burnley are going to park the bus. Why not give it to Ashley Young? Because he's a much better crosser than Luke Shaw. And we don't really need Luke Shaw's defensive capabilities. I think what Luke Shaw is turning into now, I think the interesting dynamic you're getting with Shaw and Young is I think that Luke Shaw, what Adrian Kay just said, Luke Shaw's become the big game player for us because he is actually a left back that can defend, and I think Jose's seen that in him. With Ashley Young, this is my feelings on Luke Shaw. When Ashley Young's pinned at the bar line by a winger and the winger's running in and Ashley Young's in a box, I think penalty. All day Ashley Young's going to concede a penalty here because he's all legs. I just have total confidence in Luke Shaw. You're right, at some points in his career he's going to give away a penalty, but I just have total confidence in his ability, his composure to defend. So yeah, Shaw will be great with Sanchez on the left. No, he's great with Martial on the left. Sanchez and Valencia. Get that South American link going. They must. I don't know if Chile and Ecuador have any resemblance of language. I bet they don't. I bet that's just the most ridiculous thing to say. But fuck it, get them South Americans and fucking get them playing together. I think it'd be brilliant. Zlatan's a big game player. Zlatan is finished at United. Sad to say. He's too busy trying to push his boxers on Instagram at the minute. But yeah, thanks for joining. Sanchez and Valencia would be lit. You're right, George. No correlation at all. There must be the odd word. Must be the odd word. Got to. Yes, Tubes, George. It is very lit. It's a lit combo. The whole team. I've got to the point now where, you know, you guys may agree or may not agree, but our best starting 11, right? Obviously, look, I think we're all going to have... how you doing, Red Devil? I I'd back it against anyone in the world football. And I'm talking Madrid's, I'm talking Barcelona's, I'm talking Juventus's, even Man City. Our best starting 11. I don't know what centre-back you'd pick, but it's obviously, you know, because we'd all change. But I'm just going to go with who's fit at the minute, okay? So I'm going De Gea, Shaw, Jones, Smalling, Valencia, Matic, Pogba, Martial, Lingard, Sanchez, Lukaku. I'd fucking have that against any team in world football. I really fucking would. I would not trade that for the world. One, because I love them. And two, because I just think there's quality all over. Who? Sane who? Whose name is Harry Kane when you've got Lukaku? Yeah. I'd back it. Again, blind United fan. But World Cup final, Belgium will not get to the World Cup final, banter. I know the best teams on paper. Belgium just can't play tournament football, mate. Like England, very similar to England. Belgium will not get to a World Cup final. I prefer Lindelof to Smalling. Not keen on Smalling's passing range. Good point. His passing range is abysmal. It's why fucking Matic and Pogba have to keep dropping in at centre back to get the ball out. I hope Portugal win the World Cup. I hope United. I hope United do. I hope Man United win the World Cup. I hope England do. But do you know what? Actually, I'm going to say this. I'm tired, so I'm probably talking nonsense. But I'm just going to say it anyway. Jesse Lingard, right, who I hated at the start of this season, but I'm really easily won over. Don't mind changing my opinion at all. I don't create opinion in my head and stick it. If someone starts playing well, they will win me over. And Jesse Lingard has won me over with his form. And I'm really excited to see him play at the World Cup because I honestly believe that Jesse Lingard is one... How do I say this? He's not one of the most... He's just so underrated. And this is the reason why. Dele Alli, last season, was having the season that Jesse Lingard's having this year. And Dele Alli was touted around as a £100 million player. Okay? Jesse Lingard's having the same season and nobody cares. That's the difference. Dele Alli's having a shocker this year. And Dele Alli was not all guns blazing last year. He turned up in most of the big games, granted, but he was in and out. He never turned up against United. Lingard's like scoring consistently. A big game player, Lingard. Lingard will play for Southgate though. He likes him. Exactly. So Jesse Lingard, Rashford, Smalling and Jones have to play together if England are going to do anything in this World Cup. You've got to get... If you play Tim Cahill, Southgate, if you're watching, I know you will be, you will fucking get knocked out in the group stages and you'll be out. You have to play Jones and Smalling. Imagine the scenes. Like, guys, call me a fucking... You will call me it, but call me a biased United fan, right? It's what I'm in WhatsApp groups, is all that is. My back four would go a little something like Shaw, Jones, Smalling, Walker. Why not? You've got three players that all know each other. Continuity, consistency. Tim Cahill, did I say? Oh, tired, like I said. Tired. I'd play that back four. And I would not play Joe Hart in goal either. But there we go, that's just me. Shaw, Smalling, Jones, folks, it meant saying you've got a World Cup. Unfortunately, folks, we can't play for England as he's already played for Holland. But, yeah, gotta go. I'm tired. My hair's a mess. I've got a big spot on my forehead, which hopefully will go by tomorrow. France, arguably most talented, bit rubbish manager. Ross, you should support Russia. Bring your Russian hat. I should do, shouldn't I? Neil, I'm gonna leave with you that. Henderson will play. You're right, and that will be the end of us if he does. I mean, what sort of banter fucking are other teams going to have when they see Jordan Henderson? We can't play Stones and Cahill. If we do, Belgium will chew us up like dog toy. Aren't you? Fine. Right, catch you all later, everyone. It's been emotional. have a few more beers, Marcus. I'm not going to be with you, but enjoy. And I'll catch you all later.